Welcome to this celebration of 50 years as we remember probably the most important game in our senior year at Tulsa Central. It was Central versus Hale, with the game played at Old Skelly Stadium before it was expanded and the track removed.
Hi, I'm Vic Bailey, and of course this is Lynn Brister alongside. We'll be sharing memories of the 1964 season and our highlight of game, of course. This game was looked on by the players as a critical one in what they felt was a crucial season for Central. Perennial power in Northeast Oklahoma, Central was coming off their first losing season in 20 years, 3-6. In 1963, and the 64 season hadn't really got off to that good of a start anyway. And of course, starting off with the All-City Classic, of course, we called it the round robin, if you'll remember. And then our boys were upset by Edison 19-8 in that two-quarter mini game that they had for the round robin.
So Vic, I remember the real season started with the game against a team from Van Buren, Arkansas.
Oh, yeah.
And if you remember, we played in Van Buren the year before, and they had beaten us. Mm-hmm. And we knew they were a small school. We really thought that this was going to be a good start to the season. I remember headed out to the Skelly Stadium. We were excited about this game. And you know what? We didn't score. The whole first half, nobody scored. And finally, on kickoff of the second half, I think Van Buren took the ball, ran it all the way down for a touchdown. They got their PAT. All right, well, we finally get it going. I think it was in the third quarter. And we finally put one in the end zone, but we miss our PAT. So 7-6, and we're starting again. It's 0-1.
Well, I know the team was hoping to spring back into form when they faced Bartlesville on our home field, which was at that time Skelly Stadium. And again, although it had been a very close game in the first half, there were no touchdowns scored. With time in the half running out, Bartlesville did something in that time, Lynn, very seldom seen in high school football. They lined up to kick a field goal. The tide had suddenly turned when our defense had held them fourth down and were expecting to receive the ball in a punt. And Lynn, I know you were on the field at the time. I mean, what must have you been thinking?
Well, like you said, I mean, we'd really done pretty well. We'd stopped them, and we were thinking, well, at least we're going to get the ball back. And then with it, they did something that, quite frankly, I looked and I said, that's cheating. They can't do that. But to my amazement, they lined up, they kicked the ball, it went over my head, and we were down 3 points.
You know, things have been changing in Tulsa over the previous couple of years. The annual classic in town, sort of like the Jinx Union game is now, was the Rogers versus Central game. We had been on the short side of that rivalry recently, and it's embarrassing to say, we really didn't have any expectation for beating Rogers at that time.
No, you're right about that. In fact, Coach Nolan really didn't add to it. He didn't really encourage us too much because he kept saying, you know, boys, when Rogers walks out on the field, the whole field's going to tilt their way.
Well, you know, Lynn, I remember that the game was played on a Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
And you know, that was very unusual at that time. And it was at Skelly, so
right.
Both teams considered Skelly as their home field. And we were the official home team, though,
right.
And we were wearing red. And it started off bad, and then it got worse.
Yeah, you got that right. In fact, it was the worst licking we took in our entire career. It was 30-0. We left there with the tail between our legs, headed back, and the worst part was we'd already lost to Edison, right? In the All-City. Guess who's up next?
Yeah.
Edison. But guess what? We beat them 14-0. So we had a win.
Yeah. You know, next up on the schedule was Webster, and we had to go to the west side to play them. Of course, I don't know, Len, you weren't in these battles, but the best battles we had against the Webster guys were down at McDonald's on South Peoria. Yeah, those are some epics down there.
I heard about a lot of those.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, that game I don't remember a lot about, but what I do remember is the coach had decided that to make things just a little quicker, I guess, and also there was some concern that they'd been stealing our signals from walkie-talkies we were using. He decided to send the signals in with the guards. Well, I was the left guard, and David Singer was a left guard. Guess who went back and forth all night? You know, by the end of that game, we were tuckered. But another thing I remember is that Larry Spencer did a quick kick for us. We were on the 10-yard line. Coach sends in quick kick on 3rd down. You know, it's like probably 3rd and 10. So he sends in a quick kick. Larry Spencer kicks the ball kind of like with a,
like a rugby?
Yeah, a rugby kick.
Yeah.
And that sucker just rolls and rolls. It went 73 yards on a quick kick. You know, that's still, I think, got to be one of the long. Has to be. It's got to be one of the longest kicks ever in high school. Anyway, the good news is we won 8-6.
You know, the next game was Memorial. And of course, they had just been established in 1962, so they weren't used to winning anything.
Right.
And Central, with its history of championships and being the power that it was, you know, you guys must have been really confident going into that game.
Yeah, we were confident, but guess what?
You lost?
We lost 14-0. So here we were. We're 2-4, 3 games left on the schedule because, you know, back then a 9-game season was pretty normal.
Yeah.
So if we're going to reverse things from where we were last year, we had to win every single game left on the schedule. And, you know, guess what's up next? The game we're highlighting tonight, we're playing Hale. And they had a quarterback who ended up playing for University of Tulsa. He happened to be named Johnny Dobbs. And his daddy was the head coach out at TU. And he was quite a thrower. And so here we're facing this exciting offense. And quite frankly, ours was not as exciting. But, you know, let's just see what happens in that game. You know, it just turned out that the other day I was at the TU game, and I ran into Johnny Dobbs.
Really?
And I asked him if he remembered this game. And let's just see what he had to say about it. Johnny, you know, you had a really good game. I've been watching that now for a year, getting ready for this reunion. And I can't get my eyes off of how well you threw the ball, how well your offense was moving down the field. And yet somehow you just came up just a little bit short. What do you remember from that night?
It was a heck of a football game, and I'm sorry we didn't win, but we had a good game on both sides of the ball.
When you graduated actually from Memorial, not Hale.
Correct. During my senior year on.
And at that point, they were a new school.
About 3 years old.
How'd that come out?
It worked out really well. I think we finished the year 8-2. Had a good football team over there. And, my first game as a Memorial Charger was against the Hale Rangers. And we kicked their booty. So that was fun.
Well, I just want to get your face on the video and just let people see how well you're doing. Well,
I appreciate it.
I appreciate what you're doing.
Okay, Lynn, we're going to go back in time along with all you viewers and to October 1964, Central Braves, Hale Rangers, and let's see what happens.
All right. You know, it was a pretty impressive start. We just saw the beginning of it just a few minutes ago. Hale took the ball. They took the kickoff. They went 42 yards, 4 plays, touchdown. So let's see what Central can do.
On first down, the right halfback, Jimmy Arnold, number 20, takes the handoff and goes over the left side of the line to the 38 for a short gain. On second down, there's a loss, and we rejoin on third down. The play goes over the left side of the line with blocking from Brister, number 61, and Day, number 75, and Horsa carrying the ball to the 49 for the first down. First down, Braves.
Looks like they're staying with the same play on first down, and a couple of yards are gained. Second down, quarterback, let's see, it's Ronnie Rowell. Ronnie's going to take the ball. He sneaks it up the middle, gets a good run. He takes it up, gosh, almost to another, well, it is another first down.
So it's the end of the first quarter with Hale 7, Central 0. After an offside call on Hale, it's a quick pitch to number 45, Larry Spencer, and with the fumble on the play, Spencer recovers, but making an effort to regain yardage, ends up with a loss back to the 49-yard line. After 2 incomplete passes, Central's Glenn Strobel punts the ball, and it rolls to a stop on the Hale 22 with no return, a 27-yard punt. Hale in possession, first down. 2 runs and a penalty resulted in another first down for Hale, and number 35 carries the ball over the left side. It's tripped up there by Ronnie Dale and then brought down by Mike Barkley and Dennis Howard at the 47 for a 5-yard gain. On second down, the ball is handed to number 24, who has been at the line and driven back with a perfect form tackle by number 30, Dennis Howard. That tackle must have gotten their attention. They've changed quarterbacks. Dobbs, number 11, rolls right and passes to number 80 just over the 50-yard line. He causes 2 missed tackles by 11 and 50 and ends up running to the 40-yard line. Another first down for Hale. First down on the 40. Number 30 runs the ball to the 33-yard line. Next is an off-tackle run by the fullback, number 30, to the 28 for another first down. The Hale crowd is getting excited, and Central is quiet. First down on the 28.
So Hale did get a first down there, but the good news is it's 4-down territory. They run the ball 4 times, but thanks to our defense with Jimmy Arnold, Ronnie Rowell, Jimmy Jordan, and Robert Baker, they all come up short. So it's first down Braves on the 23-yard line. With 2 men in the backfield, number 43, Larry Horsack, I bet he's going to, yep, sure enough. Takes the ball, goes for about a 3-4 yard gain, looks good. From the 27, we're in a power right formation, pitch to Jimmy Arnold. Uh-oh, Jimmy's in trouble. Everybody's coming his way. And we end up with a loss of about 5 yards on that play. So third down, 3rd and 12. All right, going to pass the ball. Pass the ball to Kent Jones, unfortunately goes through his hands, incomplete. Looks like it's time for a punt. Strobel punts the ball from the 22. It's not fielded and ends up rolling. Nice punt, 43 yards, and they have the ball on the 35-yard line.
Hale had 2 nice runs, bringing up 3rd and 2 to go as the quarterback, Johnny Dobbs, sprints right, pumps, fakes, then keeps the ball and runs across the 50 to the 44 of Central. That's a 13-yard gain and another first down for the Rangers. Boy, his daddy would have been concerned about how he carried the ball, just asking for a fumble. First down, Rangers. Left half up the middle for about 3 yards again, taken down by number 69, Bruce Gaddis, and a host of others assisting. The quarterback drops back and both defensive ends come storming in to catch him at the Hale 45, a loss of 14 yards and a rare opportunity for Ronnie Dale, number 80, Jimmy Littoral, number 82, playing at opposite ends of the defensive line to combine for a sack. Finding themselves deep in a hole, Dobbs rolls out again, heaves it downfield to number 10, who leaps to catch the ball at the 29, stays on his feet, avoiding a couple of tackles, down to the 19 for a 36-yard gain and another Hale first down.
Wow, Vic, that's got to be one of the best plays we've seen tonight. Great effort by the quarterback. He throws another one this time to number 45. It's complete at the 13. He's running the same play again, basically, and he takes it down to the 8-yard line. Oh, my goodness. This time they're going to run a similar play. He comes back the other way, and he completes it down to the 3-yard line. And guess what? The half's over. That's the only thing that saved us that time.
So, Central avoids giving up another touchdown, thank goodness.
Wow.
I mean, incredible stop there on the goal line. Of course, the clock was the
Clock was a
12th
factor,
player.
but
Yeah.
so was our defense. Great job by the defense.
Yeah, I mean, Dobbs is incredible. What is he, 6 for 6?
Yeah, he hadn't
at the
missed
half-
yet.
No.
Can you believe that?
No.
Unbelievable. And well, we won't ask, but
Yeah, but you got to give the defense credit, like you said. You know, it was the old bend but don't break.
right. So, what do you think is going to happen in the second half?
We got to keep playing hard-nosed defense, and somehow we got to find some offense.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. Horsack had a really good half.
Yeah, but what do we?
You think he can stay at it? I don't know.
Well, we know he was a tough guy, and our passing game is definitely not working. So either we're going to have to find a passing game or keep banging Horsack in there.
Well, I look forward to seeing the second half. How about you?
Absolutely.
All right, let's go.
Okay, to start the second half, Hale kicks off to number 41, Robert Baker, who fields the ball at the 17 with Pless Van leading interference. Baker is hit hard at the 30, breaks the tackle, and gets a great run back to the 39-yard line. That's 22 yards on the return. Speaking of Van, you may remember he ran one all the way back on a kickoff against Edison in the All-City earlier in the year. In fact, that warrants a quick look.
I'll never forget that night. I was standing on the sideline, kickoff to us after they'd scored, and it goes to Ples Van. Well, you know, quite frankly, I'd never seen Ples run like this, but he took off, and it seemed like he was taking 5 yards in every 2 steps. Most incredible play of the year, no question. Good job, Ples Van. Back to the night's action. The Braves are in a standard T formation. Quarterback takes the snap and sneaks it up the center, right over the left guard for approximately 5 yards. That's Ronnie Taylor and Lynn Brister blocking. 2nd and 5, it's a quick pitch to Larry Spencer, who fumbles the ball a bit, but he picks it up and really is going to make the best out of a bad deal, looks like. Man, he's going to get over 20 yards on that play.
Central stays on the ground as Larry Horsek, the fullback, runs through a great hole on the left side of the line. Down, cuts to the center, and then back left with a bruising run where he eventually is down at the 19. Another Tulsa Central first down. First down Braves. It's Spencer up the middle this time for a short gain to the 17. With a wing back to the left, the ball goes to Horsek over the right tackle and he breaks free in the secondary. He plows on, hit by a host of Hale defenders. He keeps his legs turning, does a couple of 360s, and eventually is brought down at the 3-yard line.
Wow, that was an amazing run. Look at this. He takes the ball. Goodness gracious, he's hit by everybody.
Talk about not being denied. I mean, he just keeps those legs turning.
That's a Steve Owens look-alike. Wow, on the 3-yard line, guess who they're going to hand it to? No surprise, Larry Horsek takes it right to the 1. I'm going to stay with Horsek. Let's see what happens. Sure enough, Horsek right into the end zone. Touchdown. All right. He went right over David Gates and Bruce Gaddis. Looks like we're going for 2. Ralph throws into the end zone. Spencer catches it. All right. We're up by 2 points. Well, 1 point.
Yep.
We'll
Central
take it.
8, Hale 7. The kickoff by Larry Spencer taken by number 24 at the 20 and run back to the 33. First down, Hale Rangers. After 4 running plays and another first down, Hale is needing short yardage on 2nd down. Dobbs drops back, throws down the middle where the ball is picked off by Rao at about the 26, and he runs the ball back to the 41. That's a huge turnover for Central. Great defensive play. First down, Central Braves. Quick handoff to Spencer off the left side of the line for about 1-yard gain. Rao fakes to Horsek up the middle, rolls left and targets Spencer in the flat. But he's hit just as the ball arrives and it's incomplete. As Rosie Nolan would say, it was in a bad place, right in his hands. On 3rd and long, Rao drops back and passes to the left flat for number 86, Kent Jones, but the pass is short and incomplete. 4th down and Central lines up in punt formation with Ronnie Howard as the deep snapper. The punt rolls dead at the 3-yard line, so from the Central 42, that makes it a 55-yard kick. Great job, Ronnie. Unfortunately, a penalty negated the punt and Hale ended gaining 51 yards on the re-kick.
The quarterback fakes the handoff, keeps the ball himself, and takes it to approximately the 45-yard line. Handoff to the right half, nice run. Down to the Central 38. He's hit there by the Central defense, Mike Barkley. On 3rd and short, go up the middle. He's hit immediately by a host of defenders. Still gets first down. First down, Rangers. The offsides call there. And unfortunately, it's called the wrong way and they get 5 yards. Incomplete pass. Johnny Dobbs up the middle to his fullback. He gets a couple of yards. Man, this is getting tight. Dobbs hands off up the middle. He's going. He's into the end zone. Hale takes the lead, 13-8.
They attempted a 2-point conversion, but the pass was broken up in the end zone. Central has a task ahead of them. Kickoff picked up on the 27 by number 10, Glenn Strobel, who runs back up to the 42 before being taken down. A 15-yard return. First down, Central. Quick pitch to number 45, who runs the ball to the 46, second down. Handoff to Horsek, who lumbers over the middle, breaks several tackles, and makes his way down to the Hale 41. That's 13 yards and well earned on that play. It's a fake to Horsek, and the ball goes to the I-back, number 22, George Ruby, who runs to the 38. Quick pitch to 45, Spencer, who is down at the 36. That brings us to the end of the third quarter with the score, Hale 13, Central 8. As the fourth quarter begins, Central finds themselves trailing the recent nemesis Nathan Hale by 1 touchdown. Hale's been more successful on offense, but Central's been creative enough to keep the game interesting.
But at least finally Dobbs had an incomplete pass. And unfortunately, we still haven't completed any except on our PAT. But let's see what happens. It's third down, and the ball's on the Hale 36. Rowell drops back to pass, but he doesn't find anybody open. Unfortunately, they find him. And so he's knocked back at approximately the 47-yard line of Hale. That puts us in a punting position. Strobel drops back for the punt. Punting from, well, gosh, he must be on the 35-yard line. He gets a nice punt off. And it is picked up at about the 18, run back to the 26-yard line. First down, Hale.
Hale gets a quick first down again running, but ends up having to punt from their own 38. The punter gets a great bounce, and after 52 yards, the ball is on Central's 10-yard line. They did try Wrinkle with a halfback pass, but that was incomplete. Central begins this drive from their own 10-yard line, 90 yards to go for the tying score. At this point in the game, it's imperative that Central moves the ball and works towards getting the score evened up. On offense, we have number 67, Ronnie Taylor at center, number 70, Jimmy Jordan at right guard, number 69, Bruce Gaddis at right tackle, and number 88, Bert Scott at right end. On the left, we have Lim Brister, number 61 at guard. Number 75, Dick Day, is at tackle, and number 86 is Kent Jones on the end. In the backfield, Rowell continues at quarterback. At fullback is number 43, Larry Horsack. At left halfback is Larry Spencer. And at right half is George Ruby.
Back to action. Looks like number 43, here's his number again. Larry Horsack goes up the middle and gets approximately 5 yards. 4-yard gain, looks like. See what will happen next. Looks like they're going to stay with Horsack. On second down, he gets approximately 1 yard. It's 3rd and 5 from the 15. At this point, Rowell fakes a handoff, keeps the ball himself, rolls to the left, and it's a fairly short gain, but it looks like he's close to a first down. And looks like the old power play right up the middle. Rowell takes it for a first down. Good job, Central. Rowell runs to the right, but as doing so, he hands it to Horsack again. Good move. And he's up to the 31-yard line. First down, Braves. On first down, lateral to Larry Spencer, turns up the field, gets a good gain, 4 to 5 yards there. Oh no. What? They call it a fumble.
I can't believe that.
That's unbelievable. Let's look at that again. Can you believe that?
I don't understand. I don't understand how they could have made that call.
He was
Unbelievable.
down. He was down.
No matter what we think, Lynn, it's still first down Rangers. Of course, they failed to move the ball and end up punting from the 33. Quite a surprise for Central fans. We expected this to be 4-down territory.
I did.
Time is running quickly. We're going to have to get a score soon, or it will be our 5th loss and no hope of having a winning season. So something's going to have to happen quickly, but I think Coach Nolan knows that. He decides to make a quarterback change. Ronnie Burden, number 15, is substituted for Rowell. The new quarterback hands off to Horsack over the right side for a 3-yard gain to the 23. Time won't allow for that kind of conservative play calling.
So we see Burden drops back. He throws the ball to Kent Jones, who, oh wow, he laterals the ball. Spencer picks it up, Goodness gracious, we gained about 30 yards on that play. That's the old flea flicker. Let's see that again.
It's the old flea flicker, one of Rosie's favorites. You know, I remember when we were ninth graders, Lynn, I went to the Central game and I saw John Hammond run this same play.
Wow. On the replay, I noted that the lateral actually was a forward pass, and it kind of bounced and then went into the hands of Spencer. So there's some question whether or not that was a lateral or a forward pass. And I guess the official made his own decision, and that I guess he thought he hit him from behind, therefore caused a fumble. Anyway, whatever. It's gold for us and money in the bank. So let's get back to the action.
Okay, that looks like it's Horsek over the right side for a 5-yard gain, 2nd down. Horsek again over the right, just shy of a 1st down. You guessed it. It's Horsek again, this time for a 9-yard gain to the 30, and the line judge comes barreling in and does a flip for the fans. 1st down again. With the ball on the 30, Coach Nolan is probably wondering if he has time to keep pounding the ball, although that's where Central has been successful tonight. In fact, Horsek is just short of 100 yards tonight and now stands at 15 carries for 98 yards. Sure enough, 1st down, Burden drops back and throws into the right flat, but it's incomplete, and it's 2nd down. Well, at least that stops the clock. Though we can't see it, I'm sure we're under 2 minutes at this point. As I reviewed the game at this point, we were 2 of 12 passing, so you certainly might beg the question. A second attempt to pass, this time to the left to Spencer, who drops the ball at the 21-yard line. On 3rd down, Hale knows Burden must throw here and comes full speed ahead. It looks as if Burden was attempting a screen pass, but before he could get it off, he's sacked at the 44-yard line. That's a disaster for Central. It's 4th down, and they have to punt or take a huge risk of being in horrible field position again against this fine Ranger offense.
Wow, looks like we were saved by the whistle on that deal. There was a penalty. We get to have the ball again, and Horsek goes over the right side of the line down to about the 22. Horsek again, this time for about 5 yards, and he's down to the 17. They going to have enough time to get this in the end zone?
Well, the quarterback rolls to the right and throws over, but overthrows the receiver, out of bounds. There was an offsides penalty, and the ball is now on the 12. Repeat 1st down. Another break for Central. Burden rolls left, throws to the tight end Jones, but the ball lands in the hands of a Hale defender. He drops the ball, incomplete. That was almost an interception. Burden is going to have to be careful. If they lose the ball here, it's pretty much over. It's another pass this time, the same play to the right, to Bert Scott, but he's in the middle of a horde of defenders, and the ball seems to be deflected before it gets to him. Just a few seconds left on the clock. On 3rd down, it's a complete pass to Spencer on the 10-yard line. Timeout called by Central with about 25 seconds remaining.
So Ronnie Burden drops back about 3 yards. He sees Kent Jones, throws the ball.
God, hit that guy.
Oh my gosh, look what happened!
It hit the Hale guy right on the numbers and bounced into Ronnie's arms. Oh, man.
That's
14 to 13.
unbelievable. We
Central.
got to see that again. All right.
Here he goes. Man, it looks bad. And it hits the Hale guy right in the...
Right on the numbers.
Wow. Sometimes better be good than lucky, or...
I think that's backwards.
Yeah, lucky
We'll
be
take
good.
it.
Yeah, we'll take 14 to 13, too.
Central elects to go for 2 on the PAT. Quarterback rolls right. His pass is broken up in the end zone. Is that a surprise? Kickoff bounces around at about the 30s, recovered by Hale on their own 35. Hale puts on a valiant effort, but with 19 seconds on the clock, they don't have much to work with. Dobbs drops back, lofts one from his own 35 to the Central 28, where it's tipped by the receiver and drops into the hands of Ronnie Rowell. He runs the ball back to the Hale 49, forced out of bounds. Clock expires. Game over. Central 14.
Hale 13.
Wow. What a great game.
Outstanding. Outstanding game.
That's got to be one of the biggest surprises of the season. Unbelievable game. Wow. And Vic, what do you think? We got to pick a player of the game.
Well, I don't know about you, Lim, but I think it's got to be Larry Horsack.
No question. Larry Horsack, 17 carries, 105 yards. And you know, for Hale, Dobbs did pretty well himself.
Yep. Yep.
13 passes, I think he completed 8, 82 yards.
That's kind of previews of coming attractions, huh?
Amen. It was fun.
It was a great experience. But, you know, we went on from there. We had more games. They went down to Muskogee, played the Roughers, beat them 26-14, which is quite a feat in Muskogee.
That's a lot of points. That's the most points we scored all season.
I think maybe we got confidence from this Hale game.
Well,
and then we go to Ponca City, and of course, you were there.
Yeah, boy, that was a cold night. 20 degrees. There was ice around the field. And the good news is we won.
Yeah.
But there was another good thing that night. Coach Bowman, who had been our coach, our line coach for years, that was his hometown. And he came to the game that night, and he came into our locker room when it was over, and he congratulated all of us, gave us high fives. Never forget the night, never forget the coach, and it was just a great year.
But you know, we wound up with a record of 5 wins and 4 losses, which was good enough for second in our conference. Of course, Rogers was they were the conference champions and then went on to win the state championship.
Yeah, that wasn't their first.
Yeah, well, no big surprise there. But, you know, it turned out to be that the 64 team was the last Central team to have a winning record for 20 years. Who would have thought?
Never would have thought it, but you know what? We can be proud of it.
You guys did it. You guys did it.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks for watching.